Okay, good evening. It is Sunday, August 17th, 2025. This is Debbie Davis. So I just wanted to touch on a few things here. Well, a friend sent me an article regarding the targeted individual program. On a positive note, there was an article that came out saying that this program is being defunded. So let's see. Find the article here, and I'll just read it. Okay, so this is for the targeted individuals.
All right, so well.
It says the DHS ends DVE programs.
I mentioned this months ago, if not probably up to a year. I told you guys once Donald Trump and his guys got in, they were going to be cutting. Well, he said it himself. They were going to cut a lot of the wasteful spending that's been going on in the government.
And they have been
being targeted or targeted individuals being gang stalked. We know more than anybody how much waste is taking place if you're being put into this program for no legitimate reason. For the past maybe 10 years or so, they have been putting people on these lists, calling them extremists, terrorists, whatever the case may be.
I'm just a veteran.
As a reason to gang stalk us,
you know,
take away our
they
privacy,
put a lot of
take away
veterans
our
on that
rights,
list, and that's where they really screwed up, because we got a lot of veterans that are put on this list illegally.
I believe fall under this program. It's a $30 million program, and it was created to target suspected domestic terrorists, domestic extremists. Now, it was very frivolous and very light reasons they were able to put people on the list. For instance, if you were a Black Lives Matter member, you could be put on the list. If you watch too many political videos on a specific topic on YouTube, Google will report you and get you put on the list. If you know things like that, like for instance the Red Pill movement, that whole manaverse thing where the men were all about men and complaining about women, and they were getting put on terrorist watch lists. If you were watching Black Lives Matter videos and attending rallies and all of that, you could get put on the list. You know what I mean? So it's looking like now, once the Doge group came in under Elon Musk, and they was just going through everything with a fine-tooth comb and seeing where money was being wasted. Just like we've known for years, they were able to see and pinpoint that this program is a scam, and it's really just being used to target people, for revenge, for scorn, they want to get at their ex, or, just ruin people's lives. A neighbor who might not like somebody. Well, now they've recognized that. So this $30 million program has been cut. DHS,
they're massively abusing their power, the police and Homeland Security, everybody involved in this program.
Because they're no longer going to be paid for it. I already knew this was coming. Once Trump got in, he put a 22-year-old kid in charge of this program for the past few months. That means this thing was out of the way. They're getting rid of it. It's thrown out. Now, I'm not saying everything is going to be over immediately, guys. But I can guarantee you this program and things they were doing to you, these tactics, you're going to start seeing them a little less. So this is one down. We don't know exactly how many more there is to go, but I definitely will keep my eye on it, and I will keep you guys informed. But it's looking good. It's looking like some of this stuff is going to calm down a little bit because the funding is cut. Peace.
Okay, so that's from Gang Stalking by the Numbers. Did that video, so you can find his channel. He's a targeted person. Okay, so, but then the other thing I noticed too is that it wasn't just that we're not seeing any these black unmarked vehicles as much anymore, like the ones that committed the crime against the politicians here in Minnesota. But there are people that have like these. There are a few vehicles that I've seen that have these extra mirrors and stuff on their car that look like a police mirror, and it seems to me that like anybody could deck out their car nowadays. You can literally find all this stuff online. This is what I noticed. is that you can find police like you can the mirrors and everything, police mirrors. I'll find it here. So, yeah, they're called, okay, so like Dana Safety Supply. Okay, so I found this online. Shop side view mirror LEDs made for police and law enforcement. You know, and you could literally buy these, and you could punk out your car to look like a police car, and like anybody can buy this stuff now online. Dana Safety Supply.com, and you could buy, you know, so you could like put an extra mirror on your side to make your car look like a police car. It's like, and this is what I've been seeing lately, is $190, and you can look like a police car. Okay, so how are we going to trust anybody nowadays? Now this, you know, I've already had a lot of issues with the police, as you know, and then now anybody can buy one of these things and pretend like they're a cop. Okay, you know, this guy Vance that killed these people, maybe he just bought this stuff online, but it was a state vehicle though. It was a state unmarked vehicle, so we know that he got it from the state as well, the vehicle. But he could have gotten some of the supplies right online. You know, you can buy the lights. You can buy the lights and everything right online and pretend like you're a police officer. Flash or intersection mount, $203. Surface flush or intersection mount, $238. You know. Okay, so, you know, this is, you know, we're in the age where you can like buy anything online, right? I mean, Amazon. You know, like Senator Kennedy was saying the other day, you can buy anything online. So, you know, so that's really scary. But I wanted to point that out. But the other thing I wanted to mention about South Dakota, because I've been mentioning South Dakota a lot, and a lot of people don't know anything about it, South Dakota, because it's literally been one of these states where and nothing ever makes it to national news. It's really like high level stuff where you got high level elites involved, I believe, because it's the other thing that's happening there is that something called the Pandora files. Mike Gill has been talking about this for a while. It involves South Dakota and New Hampshire and I think a couple other states, and he found that those states, instead of these elites putting their money offshore like they used to in the past, they're now hiding their money right in the United States on these in certain states. South Dakota apparently is one of them, and so apparently the banks there are being used for hiding the elites' money laundering, something like that. It's called the Pandora files. Okay, so that's why I know it's like really high level stuff, and it also involves because the way that just the level that I've had to try to just to try to get a small thing removed that I've been trying to work on for years, this small warrant that is a fake warrant, the corruption goes all the way up. I just can't. It goes super high level. Like it goes all. It's just throughout the whole state, and they all are in cahoots together. I mean, it involves the sheriffs and and the judges and their attorney general, and I believe what the reason why this sheriff is upset that it's a completely false charge. He said I was disorderly at the scene of a car accident that happened in Leola, South Dakota in 2018. It was a fatal car accident in Leola, South Dakota, 2018, where myself and many other people just rolled up on the scene of this accident, where this woman almost died. Her and her daughter survived, and then the two boys were died. And but I'm the only one that got just a couple minutes of footage. And so I think that's what the sheriff is mad about, because my understanding is that he's trying to charge the woman who had the woman's vehicle was on the side of the road. It's a blue car, and the other vehicle that hit her was a white vehicle on the road. So that means that if somebody's, vehicle's on the side of the road, that means they were the one that was hit. Well, Sheriff Ackerman is trying to charge that woman that was majorly injured with the accident. Charge them with the accident instead of the people in the white car. So that's what he's mad about. He's mad that I got the footage that could clearly see that it was the white car, the other car, who was also Hoffman. And I've talked about the Hoffmans in that area. That was also a Hoffman in that car, is my understanding. So I believe the other issue involved why he is so upset and trying to do this charge against me. He tried to say I was disorderly, and he tried to take the phone right out of my hand right at the scene of the accident. I mean, if anybody's disorderly, it would be him. And I didn't do any kind of obstruction of he's trying to charge me with being disorderly and obstruction of emergency vehicle things. I am calling 911 would be considered obstruction of emergency services, because that's all I did. I called 911 with a couple other people. So if you're going to charge me with obstructing, then are you going to charge those other people for calling 911? Because isn't that what 911 is for, Sheriff Ackerman? Yeah, that is, it's so ridiculous, and it's gone on for so many years, and we've tried so many things to get rid of this corrupt sheriff. We've tried a federal lawsuit. They won't let us have a court date. We tried filing a petition to get him removed. We tried reporting him to multiple judges in the Aberdeen, Brown County area, and we've just tried everything. And this guy has literally been sheriff there, like doing such corruption for decades. Like I don't know how long he's been sheriff, but he keeps getting in. You know what I mean? And we can't get rid of him. But yeah, that's all. So apparently, in Sheriff Ackerman's world, calling 911 is considered obstruction of justice. So, well, why do we even have 911 then? If somebody like Sheriff Ackerman is going to call that obstruction of emergency services. And exactly why do you think I was disorderly? I left when everybody else left, when you finally came. What he's mad about is that I got a couple minutes of footage of the accident, and he's trying to charge the innocent woman instead of his friends that are Hoffmans, that were in the white car. That is my take on why he's so upset. And plus the fact that he just thinks he can get away with anything, because he has for years. This is a very dangerous sheriff. He's filed false charges on my one neighbor, Stefan, and he's tried to file a false charge on another guy who's a friend of mine. This guy is known for filing false charges on people. He's very dangerous sheriff. So I believe that's the other thing that it has to do with, is the fact that he's like hell-bent on trying to charge this innocent woman with the accident instead of the people that were in the white car that were Hoffmans. Okay, so that's the other thing that is like kind of the twist to the story. So I get, just really the bottom line is that these people are so used to getting away with their crimes and covering for each other and covering for the crimes. And that's really the bottom line, I mean, that I'm trying to make. And you know, they just never thought that they would ever get caught. I mean, you know, everything comes to an end. Like, you're not going to get away with your lies forever. You know, it just, eventually the truth always comes out. So, I mean, did you ever really think that the truth would never come out? Ever? You know, I just don't know what these people think. But anyway, that's my video for tonight.